welcome to another Fun Maths with Alex. I am Alex and this is Non-Stop Kids Entertainment TV, and today what I'm going to do is show you 3 cool things that you can do with string. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is tie your shoelaces using maths. So, if you excuse me, I'm going to put my foot into view. I'm going to demonstrate it, and then I am going to just move my jeans that way. I'm going to demonstrate it and then I'm going to teach you how to do it. So first you start off in the normal way with a normal sort of knot. You then grab your laces like this. You do this and the lace ties itself. I'll show you how to do this with my other shoe. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your shoes, you're going to cross your shoelaces over and tie them as if you were starting to tie your shoes. Then normally what you'd do is make a loop and you'd tie this over here and you'd pull it through, and it's all complicated. Oh, well, this is a really easy way to tie the exact same knot. So if you see this shoelace here, it is going up and this shoelace is going down. What you want to do is fold the one that's up over and the one that's down up, so that you have them going in opposite directions. And then you're going to grab on the down bit of that, you're going to thread the laces underneath each other, cross them over and pull them tight, and your shoelace will be tied. I'll show you that again. So that comes over, that comes under, you cross the 2 laces underneath each other and you swap, you pull them tight, and the shoe practically ties itself. So that is the first cool maths thing you can do with some string, or in this case some shoelaces. The next thing I want to teach you is how to make a set of something called Borromean Rings. Now Bavarian Rings are 3 loops that are interlocked. You can make them out of metal, you can make them out of string, you can make them out of paper if you really want to, or tape. I've got some string, so I'm going to show you how to make it with string. And what they are is essentially 3 loops that are linked together, but if you get rid of any one of the loops, any one of the links, all 3 of them will fall apart and they'll all unlink. I'll show you, I'll just quickly make you some, show you them, and then show you how to make them. So these are Borromean rings. They are 3 bits of string that are all linked together. You can see that here. And if you take any one of these loops and you cut it, it will have the other 2 fall apart. So let's take, for example, this one, cut it, take that out, you'll see that all 3 rings fall apart. And I think that's a pretty cool looking thing you can make with some string. I think it looks pretty nice. So what you need to do is cut yourself some pieces of string. The longer the string, the bigger the loops are going to be. And you need to tie 2 of them into loops like this. So you have your knots here. You can trim the knots if you want to. And what you're going to do, you're going to take one loop and hang it over the other like this. You're going to fold that loop in half. You're going to take this string, put it through that loop that you folded in half. So it goes, where's the camera? Here. That's the bit you folded in half. It goes through that bit, like so. You're then going to tie that into a knot. And if you want to have it looking like I did initially, I'll show you. There we go. So if you want to have it looking like I had it looking initially, I'll show you how to do that. So it's currently looking a bit of a mess. All you have to do is get them out all looking a bit more circle, and they will link over each other. There we go, in the middle like that. You can make this a little bit bigger in the middle, and I think that might look a bit nice. Where's this one going? Why is that one going over there? There we go. Right, okay. Yeah, if you just untangle it a little bit. One moment. There we go. Worked out what the problem was. The third ring that I put in was shorter than these two rings, so it was confusing me. But yeah, so you can see actually the cool thing here. So it goes under, over, and this one goes under, over, under, and it's that pattern that links them all together. But also you can sort of see that if you get rid of any of these, they all unlink. So I'll see if I can show you that now. If I cut all three of them, what I'll try and do this one first. So as you can see, if we take this one out, the under, over, excuse me, these two are then just lying on top of each other. Excuse me. Excuse me. Over, under, over. So they're linked again like that, as they were. And then if we were to take this one out, that is when these two are just lying on top of each other. Obviously that one's cut a little bit. And obviously the same thing goes for this third one as well. Borromean Rings. I think they're really cool. What you can do is you can get like a picture frame and you can pin them up, or you can just play with them. I think they're really cool. The final thing that I'm going to show you with string is what mathematicians call knot theory, and you can basically make this into a game by tying loads of knots, basically. So what we think of as a knot, where you take sort of two ends and you join them together like this. Mathematicians don't see that really as a knot. It's more this loop of string that they would be interested in. So what I'm going to try and do is show you what would be a mathematical knot. I've been doing some uni work from home, and it's all messy, and some magic as well, magic practice, hence the cards there. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to loop this over and under itself like this, and then we are going to tie a knot here like this. Oh, what we would call a knot here. We're going to tie these ends off here. Now this is what mathematicians refer to as a knot. It is one continuous piece of string, but it's twisted and sort of overlapped on each other like this. And there's lots of different types of knots. You can make them more complicated or more simple. And the way that mathematicians undo knots is they do what's called a crossing stitch. So they take a bit of rope that goes, a bit of string that goes underneath, like for instance this one, and they break it like this, and then they take it over like that, and then they tie it, and they see if that undoes the knot, if that makes a continuous loop, which in this case it does. We've only had to do it once. And my challenge to you is to come up with as many different types of knots of those as you can, and see how few crossing stitches you can do to undo your knots. Come up with some complicated ones. Remember, you need to start with a loop of string and end with a loop of string, but you can put as many sort of crosses or whatever you want in it along the way. So if we just do this, wrap it around a few times and tie it here. So for instance, this would be a very different knot to what we just did. And in maths, it can obviously get a little bit complicated and tangly. There are some knots that mathematicians don't know how few crossing stitches they can use to undo. So have a play with those, see what cool knots and shapes you can make with string doing that, see how few times you can cut and reattach ropes, the strings. make some Bavarian rings. I think they're really cool. So it's been such a short episode today. I've been very busy with uni work, and this has been this is one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a while and wanted to do with something else, but didn't have anything else to do it with. So this is some strings. Thank you very much for watching. Go and check out the rest of the YouTube channel. I've been Alex, and I will see you again in a week or so.